Nigerian.
We therefore wish to officially ask all South African businesses, please, journalists, do not edit this. Say it the way I'm saying it, that South Africans henceforth should leave Nigeria. With all
the stupidity, the naiveness to think that you have the power to chase a nation that you are jabbering to. How many illegal South Africans are in Nigeria? How many South Africans are in Nigerian prison? Even those that disrespected South Africa, that are insulting South Africa, that were saying wicked things about South Africa, we've made videos about them. Today,
on this continent, it is easy to describe a person as xenophobic when you are on the receiving end.
Did he just say it is easy to describe a person xenophobic when you are in the receiving end? And is he not the same person who was who backed the South Africans as xenophobic? That people must never enter South Africa, people must leave South Africa. How is South Africa the highest unemployment rate in the world? When Congo doesn't even have any employment. When Zimbabwe doesn't even have zero. Zimbabwe is 99% unemployment rate. I googled it. They said 99%. So I was asking myself, if South Africa is so bad, why are we here? What are we looking for? Zimbabweans are entering, they are risking their life in the Limpopo rivers. They are swimming with sharks. They are swimming with crocodiles. You don't want to become like our countries and the rest of Africa. The time is now. In South Africa, I'm telling you now, what you guys are doing for your country will save you. Our country is an example why you should not stop. Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. On the last episode, we read the following comments. Unfortunately, Nigerians are not people pleasers and always end up winners no matter the challenge. SA and other Africans can never ever compete with Nigerians, from money to power to education. Regardless of what they think or say, Nigeria owes you no apologies. Rather waste your time talking about them, SA. Nigerians need you not for anything. Before Nigerians leave SA, tell your citizens and embassy to pack up too. Along with MTN and DSTV brands, we got our like everything else proudly Nigerian. So the Nigerians are asking South Africans to please leave their country because they have their own proudly Nigerian products.
Nigerian.
We therefore wish to officially ask all South African businesses, please, journalists, do not edit this. Say it the way I'm saying it, that South Africans henceforth should leave Nigeria. With all their businesses, Nigerian students are not joking about it. And we are giving 7 days ultimatum for this action to be carried out.
Nigeria is home to about 120 South African companies, including telecom giant MTN, has more.
Nigeria is home of 120 South African companies. And Nigerian students say that they want those companies to leave. So, this is what I want to ask Nigerians. Okay? Do you know how much of your GDP depends on those South African companies? I'm going to do you one favor. I'm not going to give you the answer. I will let you go research yourself. The stupidity, the naiveness to think that you have the power to chase a nation that you are jabbering to. How many illegal South Africans are in Nigeria? How many South Africans are in Nigerian prison? How many informal South African businesses are in Nigeria? How many South Africans are using the free Nigerian medical services, if you have any? How many South Africans are jabbering to Nigeria for medical service, to open businesses, to sell powder, to steal stolen phones, laptop, gadgets? You know what I'm beginning to realize? Saying the name South Africa. You know that thing that Kesper Nyoves just did on TikTok? I don't know if you guys saw it. If you want your shit to trend, just say Kesper Nyoves.
In South Africa, if you don't have a marketing plan, just say Kesper's name.
Yeah, that one. If you want your content to flourish, just say South Africa. Because even those that disrespected South Africa, that are insulting South Africa, that were saying wicked things about South Africa, we've made videos about them. Today,
on this continent, it is easy to describe a person as xenophobic when you are on the receiving end.
Did he just say it is easy to describe a person xenophobic when you are in the receiving end? Is he not the same person who backed the South Africans as xenophobic? That people must never enter South Africa, people must leave South Africa. But let's listen.
Country South Africa in itself has the highest unemployment rate in all of Africa. 33.5% of their population is jobless.
33. You see what pisses me off? They even get the stats wrong. So are we 75% unemployment youth rate or not? How is South Africa the highest unemployment rate in the world? When Congo doesn't even have any employment. When Zimbabwe doesn't even have zero. Zimbabwe is 99% unemployment rate. I googled it. They said 99%. So I was asking myself.
And I mean, you speak about the issue of the hospitals, and one of the criticism that has been made over the years is how, the heads of state and the leaders in Zimbabwe can afford to go and look for healthcare treatment across their borders. But the citizens who really need the assistance cannot even go to their local healthcare facilities and get adequate healthcare services. So let's speak about the irony in Robert Mugabe dying in Singapore. And I mean, this is a man who once said he wants to die in Zimbabwe.
Here's the thing. As you and I speak now in Zimbabwe, unemployment is more than 90%.
Today, the reason we have this 90% unemployment.
You know the lies they tell about South Africa then? This is one of the reasons why I will never end my channel. I will never close my channel until you can prove that the things that these imbeciles are saying is true. I will never close my channel. Because they're lies. We continue to listen.
Depending on government support and subsidies. The country South Africa itself is the 4th highest in HIV infections in Africa. So obviously they need a lot of the health care.
Hey guys, this whole HIV thing, let's be honest. Nigeria with their lack of calculation of their people, because they've been claiming their 230 million for 20 years. So let's assume, let's not hike them too up. Let's assume they're 300 million. South Africa is 60 million. Let's subtract 240 million of them left. You are telling me in the 240 million Nigerians, okay, you know what, man? Let's not complicate things. There are 250 like they like to claim. Let's take away 60. That includes the foreigners, even them, the Nigerians who are here illegal. Let's take away 65 million. So this is what we have left. So you are telling me this amount, the HIV number people on this amount is less than the 65 million in South Africa. Guys, can you see that even this HIV, this all this nonsense is just a lie? Because if South Africa was that poor, South Africa, you know, the plot to have South Africa fail, the plot to disrespect black South Africans, the plot to disrespect real South Africans, it's so thick, it's so unnecessary. Sometimes it even makes me wonder. Because if South Africa is so bad, why are we here? What are we looking for? Zimbabweans are entering, they are risking their life in the Limpopo rivers. They are swimming with sharks, they are swimming with crocodiles, they are swimming with monkeys. He has a lot to say. Just listen.
So when the rest of sub-Saharan African countries decide to relocate to that country, we immediately burden their resources. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest with ourselves. We are quick to cry foul and castigate them, but slow to do same in our own countries. What has made these millions of Africans relocate to South Africa, if I may ask you? Let's be honest with ourselves at this point. What has changed all these people from their countries to South Africa? Is it not bad leadership and corruption and crime and war and poverty, ladies and gentlemen?
No first. Eventually, they will always back the truth. They will stop calling South Africa xenophobic eventually. Eventually, they will get tired. Eventually. But guys, until people start traveling to Nigeria, Angola, Congo, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and doing what I'm about to show you now, South Africans do not remain silent.
We are here, but they chase us. They said they don't want foreigners to get help here. Even last week I was here. Last week I was here. We get chased. But this thing that is happening, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. Even other countries, there are foreigners. They get help from the government clinic. There is no country that they will not be foreigners. Never. But we want the government to do something as soon as possible, because this is not fair. This is not fair. Government.
They want the government to do something as soon as possible because this is not fair. It's not fair to who? To the fact that South Africans cannot access their own medical system because it's overcrowded with illegal foreigners. And guys, I did do the research. Do you know what? Thailand is the only country in the world that allows even illegal immigrants to get full medical service. Most of the countries, if you are illegal, you enter a government facility to get medical treatment, you will be reported. You will receive the medical treatment, but they will report you to the officials and you will be arrested, which is the one thing that Operation Dudula has been talking about. Guys, South Africans, you don't want to become like our countries and the rest of Africa. The time is now. In South Africa, I'm telling you now, what you guys are doing for your country will save you. Our country is an example why you should not stop. Protect what's important to you.
Today when I was listening at this Dudula case, basically there shouldn't be even a case to even begin with. Because right now, what South Africans are experiencing, it's uncalled for. And we have seen the movement, human rights movement, fighting for illegal foreigners in South Africa without even caring or understanding the impact of what the people are crying about. For instance, we have been experiencing a lot of children that are dying because they bought snacks from spaza shops. Who own those spaza shops?
But there certainly was no data, just a second, there certainly was no data that when we had those spaza shops and the children dying, there was no data that those were all spaza shops that belonged to foreign nationals. That data simply didn't come about.
You know the problem with South Africa? It's always about the law, the data, the research, the this, the that. This is the reason why you see Twetwe will grow up knowing that the country fought for her, and we were told there was no evidence. While at 7-year-old, she was drugged, raped, and the country said there was just not sufficient evidence. Guys, South Africa needs to stand tall, and this is not the time to be silent. Myself and many others will be silent for pushing this thing that South Africa must not remain silent. Until we get silenced, we will keep talking. I'm your boy Uncle P, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Cheers.